The University of the Bahamas and the Ministry of Social Services hosting an open forum on gender-based violence at UB Thursday evening. For some participants, it was hard to fathom that in 2023, there is still ongoing debate as to whether or not legislators should introduce the term marital rape to law in an effort to better protect the rights of women or husbands who find themselves in the predicament.
Gender-based violence, it's real. We don't like to talk about it. We like to push it under the rug. But we have to face it. Whether it is perpetrated against a woman or a man, it is an issue that needs to be addressed. The more voices that are heard on this topic will assist in the advancing of this discussion. When we remain silent, that means we agree in accepting that nothing needs to be changed.
Strong assertions made last night by Social Services State Minister Lisa Ramming, but the Davis-Cooper administration has yet to make any firm forward movement toward any stiffer laws in regards to gender-based violence, nor the introduction of criminalizing marital rape.
Marriage, or a form of the word marriage, marital, and we pair it with the rape, surely it has to be an oxymoron. And so, like I say, I do understand the challenges that we're having in terms of societal acceptance of this. But we must separate in our thoughts the good husbands from the husbands who are not so good. Because the reality is that many women live with monsters, and they're not living happily ever after, not at all.
However, other panelists, like Pastor Cedric Moss, assert that laws are already in place to protect anyone who feels as though they have been sexually violated.
Based on the fact that Section 15 of the Sexual Offences Act, which already calls non-consensual sexual intercourse in particular groups of marriages, sexual assault by spouse and not rape, it makes good sense to continue with that approach and leave the definition of rape to be solely applicable to non-consensual sexual intercourse between unmarried persons and simply appropriately extend the provision of Section 15 to the Sexual Offences Act to include currently exempted marriages.
Attorney Robin Lyons will tell you she doesn't care what legislators choose to call the law, but rape within the confines of marriage needs to be addressed.
Notwithstanding what it's called, and we can debate as much as we want, I'm on neither side but hers. And the only thing I want to know is that the offense against her is not repeated because she is subject to a system that does not understand her plight. That it is more than just charging him. It is supporting her. It is understanding her and the needs that she has that come along with her.
The 2-hour forum allowed residents at large to field questions on marital rape and gender-based violence, but at the end of the night, that's just about all that it was. An open discussion on a topic that successive governments have not taken a firm position on. The Davis-Cooper administration has asserted that it will tend to the concerns, but to date, legislation remains unchanged. Theo Seeley, Eyewitness News.